Shalom. First, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. All right, this is from ZeroHedge.com. All right, and it says, something wicked this way comes. Anarchy is being loosed upon the nation. All right, and I found this article pretty interesting, because really it's what we've been telling you, all right, for the longest, really what the scriptures have been telling you. However, now people are starting to see, all right, they're starting to see it before their eyes that we're approaching a time, all right. They might not refer to it as Jacob's trouble. They might not know, all right, that it's prophesied, but they can see with their eyes that it is a time that, it's a time of chaos, okay, a time of uncomfortability, a time of death, okay. And so let's read a little bit of this article. It says, every day I ask myself the same question. How can this be happening in America? How can people like these be in charge of our country? If I didn't see it with my own eyes, I think I was having a hallucination. And this is by Philip Roth, a novelist. So it says, things are falling apart. How much longer can we sustain the fiction that we live in a constitutional republic? All right, because ultimately, a lot of number one, the average citizen that goes around doesn't even know what a constitutional republic is. All right, but they just, they think that the life they live is normal. So they see nothing wrong with it because they've been desensitized. All right, even though the world is changing, they see it the same because they're not paying attention. They're not being circumspect. All right, the reason they see it the same is because they're changing with the world. Okay, now it says, I cannot say, but anarchy is being loosed upon the nation. Okay, and people are starting to see that. All these different protests and riots, really, they're not even protests, they're just riots, looting and all of that. Okay, now the next one, the main one now is in Philadelphia. Okay, and it's just, it's all brewing for a very interesting winter. So it says, we are witnessing the unraveling of the American dream, one injustice at a time. Now, who's ultimately unraveling this quote unquote American dream? Okay, the Heavenly Father. All right, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. As a matter of fact, let me just hold this precept on deck. Revelation, let's actually get it, chapter 18. Okay, this is Revelation chapter 18, verse 1. It says, after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen. And Babylon the Great is modern day America. Okay, Babylon the Great is fallen, and has become the habitations of devils. Because not that's the proof that it's not talking about ancient Babylon. Because ancient Babylon, all right, which is around modern day Iraq, has people living in there. Okay, that region still has people living in there. It's not a habitation of devils. Okay, and when it went down, there wasn't an angel that was yelling with a loud voice saying Babylon is fallen, it is fallen. Okay, it says, and it's become a habitation or the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. Okay, and those devils are just representing desert creatures. All right, not actual demons, because this place is just going to be a desert. All right, so it says, verse 3. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. All right, which going into their agreements. All right, and how really majority of the world, if not the whole world, has fallen under the influence of Babylon. All right, through their westernization. Okay, and all the things that are promoted here has been spread throughout the whole world. So these other nations, all right, who are represented by their quote unquote kings or rulers, all right, have committed fornication with her, and that's not physical. It says, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. Okay, because majority of consumers are here in America. That's why a lot of things, when you look on the label of it, it'll say made in a country that's more than likely not America. Yeah, America makes certain products, but most products that we use are from China or other places because they make them and they bring them here to sell them. That's how they become rich. Okay. So it says, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. Okay, plural. And the last ultimate plague that this place will be hit with will be those nuclear missiles, all right, and the laser beams from the chariots. Now, verse 5 says, For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High hath remembered her iniquities. So, like he says here, we're witnessing the unraveling of the American dream, one injustice at a time. That's because her sins have reached unto heaven, and now the Lord is bringing this place down. Day after day, the government's crimes against the citizenry grow more egregious, more treacherous, more tragic, and day after day, the American people wake up a little more to the grim realization that they have become captives in a prison of their own making. All right, and what is that? What's that? Isaiah 25 and 7. It says here, Isaiah chapter 25, verse 7, and he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations. So that's why now that cast being destroyed, people are now starting to wake up and see, yo, hold up, things are happening. All right, now you've of course you have a fraction, all right, a certain amount of people that are constantly going to stay in that sleep mindset, but you have even the majority of average people, all right, are waking up and saying, yo, what's up, what's going on, things are not normal, things are happening. Okay, so it says no longer a free people. We are now pushed and prodded and watched over by twitchy, hypersensitive, easily spooked armed guards who care little for the rights, humanity, or well being of those in their care. All right, because ultimately, what they really want to do is declare martial law. And that's not going to be the end all be all. Martial law is going to be a prelude to their New World Order. Okay, they want to make sure first they have to desensitize you to it, but the twitchy, hypersensitive, easily spooked armed guards is just a glimpse, okay, in the direction that they want to take the world in, where you don't have freedoms. Yes, they want to make you prisoners. Okay, they want to trap your body, they want to trap your mind, and if they could, they trap your spirit. That's how much control they want to have over you. It says the death toll is mounting, which according to the scriptures is gonna go even, oh boy, it's gonna be a lot. And it says the carnage is heartbreaking. The public's faith in their government to do its job, which is to protect our freedoms, is deteriorating. And the reason being is that the government, the real people who run your government, their job is not to protect your freedoms. Their job is to give you the illusion of having freedom, which is in turn them really taking away your freedom. Okay, they got this whole thing settled, man, and none of your opinion is gonna change what they have said in their mind to do. Okay, it says it doesn't take a weatherman to realize when a storm is brewing. Clouds gather, the winds begin to blow, and an almost palpable tension builds. It's the same way with freedom. The warning signs are everywhere. You see? So people are seeing it, man. All right. But the thing is, they don't really understand the magnitude of how bad it's going to get. Okay? Things Fall Apart, wrote W.B. Yeats in his dark, forbidding poem, The Second Coming. Interesting title. The center cannot hold. Mere anarchy is loosed upon the world. The blood-dimmed tide is loosed, and everywhere the ceremony of innocence is drowned. All right, and the scriptures say what? One land shall ask unto another and say, or speak unto another and say, is righteousness that maketh a man righteous going through thee? And it shall say, no. It says, surely some revelation is at hand. Okay? And yes, there is a big revelation that is coming at hand. And you can read about that in the book of Revelations. All right, you can read Revelation 1, all right, about the Lord's return. You can read Revelation 18, 17, 19, 20, 21, 13, all right. So we're living in that time of the book of Revelation. Okay, now let's get this. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, verse 8. It says, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. All right, and this is so accurate because last year people weren't expecting this place to fall the way it's falling. All right, last year around this time, getting to the end of the year, people were like, "Yeah, 2020 is gonna be my year. Da da da. We're gonna do this. Da da da." And you see how quick this place is falling? Anarchy, looting. I mean, it's just done. All right, and it took what, a couple months. It says economically is done, morally is done. People lost jobs, unemployment. This place has become a third world country, and it's gonna end up worse. Now it says Babylon, and you got to really understand, because the technology they're trying to bring is on a high level. So that's why they're causing this place to deteriorate and break down, so that when they quote unquote heal it or bring the order, all right, they can bring their new technology, their new infrastructure, whatever it is they're trying to set up. Which at the forefront of that is going to be the mark of the beast, being that RFID microchip. All right, so you can look out to see that. So it says Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her pain, if so be she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go every one into his own country. For her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even unto the skies. So this place is through. All right, you cannot undo the damage that's being done to this place, and it will not stop. It's only gonna get worse and worse and worse, and this place is going down faster than lightning, like Yahweh Shai said. All right. So in closing, let me get this. This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 20. It says, "But pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day." All right, and it ain't talking about Delta Airlines. Okay, Yahweh Shai was referring on to when they'd have to be on the run. Okay, but understanding that, applying that to today as well is very interesting. All right, where it's looking like a lot of people's flight is gonna have to be in the winter. All right, depending on how this winter goes, man. But the build up to it is looking very chaotic. It says, verse 21, "For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, nor ever shall be." So that is the extent of the anarchy that's being loosed on the nation. That is the level it's gonna hit. It's gonna break all records and set its own record. All right, to where Jacob's trouble is always gonna be remembered. Like, damn, that man. The same way we remember now what the Lord did to Egypt. Well, the world is gonna remember what the Lord did to America. Really, what He did to the world. All right. Verse 22, "And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened." All right. So for the Lord having mercy on His elect, He's going to shorten these days, because there's going to be so much death, so bad out here, that if the Lord doesn't shorten it to bring that day of deliverance quicker, ain't nobody going to be here to be delivered. All right. So, hey, it's just another article just showing you, man, that this is the vibration, the direction that things are going in. All right. And Lord willing, it goes all the way. Lord willing, it goes all the way. And this be that catalyst, all right, that pushes the world into Jacob's trouble. Okay. But as we always say, and as the scriptures say, we got to watch as well as pray. All right. So, hey, just stay in the spirit. All right. Stay vigilant, stay diligent, and stay alert. Stay circumspect. All right. And watch as well as pray. So I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah, Kodash. Until next time, Shalom.